but that's okay. So anyway, I hope that you guys use that same strategy about scheduling your holidays. And if you know that you have holidays coming up, guess what? You have something to look forward to. You have little perfect days, then you have something fun to look forward to, and then you go back to your perfect days, which I also think perfect days are fun too. So I like them all. But the whole thing is you need a strategy. You have to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, we're planning to fail. I know you've heard that before. Okay, so this webinar is to go over some really good, simple food combinations for basically your first 7 to 10 days. Now, if you already kind of know what's going on, this is going to be a recap, or maybe it's brand new to you. So I don't know. I'm just going to talk like it's brand new to everybody. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And we are going to pull up the Fast Track. Can everybody see that? I just want to make sure everybody can see where it says Shibboleth, new member, Fast Track, phase 1, week 1. Just kind of say yes if you can see it in the chat feature. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Okay, so we're going to look at these options right here, because the most important thing in Shibboleth is to learn to categorize your foods. You're going to learn to categorize foods, and over time, you're going to build this huge framework of knowledge that when you see foods, you're immediately going to think 4, 2, 1. You're immediately going to know that. But in the beginning, you have to practice. And the food library is my favorite resource. I go there all the time. So what you're going to do is with this one, this just shows you that this first category here is category 1. Category 1 is a lean protein. It shows you can have 2 to 8 ounces. Now, most of the time they say for ladies 2 to 6, and maybe they give, you know, the men a little bit more, maybe 2 to 8. But I don't think 2 more ounces is going to hurt anybody. But anyway, if it fits under your hand, it works, all right? So what I want you to do, if you don't have a pen and paper, grab one. So I should have said that earlier. But what I want you to do is I want you to kind of look through this list here. And I want you to possibly write down what you like off this list, okay? Now, there's egg whites on there. Fish, all fish is in a category 1 lean protein. Chicken breast, turkey breast, pork tenderloin, boar's head turkey, boar's head chicken breast, boar's head London broil, low-fat cottage cheese, fat-free cottage cheese, Greek plain yogurt, Hebrew National 97% lean beef frank, and 96% lean ground meat. Now, of course, this is just a tiny, tiny list, but it is a good list to get you started. So just think of some things there that you like. So if you will, y'all can type in your chat feature, does everybody see something, at least one thing in this list that they like? Let me know if you do. Okay, good. I see y'all like some things. Yeah, sometimes finding certain things can kind of be like you're on a scavenger hunt, but once you figure out where they are, buy a couple of them and you'll have them. Freeze them if you have to. Okay, good. All right, so do you see how there's this plus symbol right here? So this little plus symbol right here means that, well, I'm gonna step back. You can have a category 1 lean protein by itself if you want to. All right. Now, they're saying here, this plus sign, Travis has added, you can add a cooking fat or a cooking oil to one of these lean proteins if you need to, a max of 1 tablespoon for 1 serving. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're cooking some egg whites, you will not need a whole tablespoon of MCT oil because they will be drowning in it. So just enough on the bottom of your pan for egg whites, because you won't need that much, I promise. So these are listed in order of preference for a couple of them. Let's just go to this 0-calorie cooking spray first. You can use a 0-calorie cooking spray for anything. But out of these other few ones, I'm not sure about the hemp oil. I need to learn more about that one. So excuse me on that one. But this right here, this MCT oil, this is an amazing oil. And this is actually Travis's preferred oil for us to cook in. And MCT stands for medium chain triglyceride. Medium chain triglyceride is an amazing thing because it burns up in the body like that. It's like a wisp. It burns up. So what that means to us is when that has burned up and it's gone, then our body can work on stored fat. But let's say we cooked with olive oil. If we cook with olive oil, canola oil, vegetable oil, all those other oils, get them out. They are LCTs, and LCTs take forever to burn up on the body. And guess what happens? They barely ever get burned up. And because we don't expend as much energy as, well, an exercising person, or maybe you exercise, but anyway, somebody who's expending a lot of energy, these LCTs get stored on our body as fat. So they have a great propensity to be stored on the body as fat. So that's why your 100% MCT oil is best. This MCT oil here is MCT oil that's sold in the Shibboleth store. It's zero drag. It has been maximized for cooking, and it is 100% MCT oil. If you don't want to buy it from the Shibboleth store, although I'm going to put the plug in for the Shibboleth store, Travis and them, they're too nice. I think you should support the Shibboleth store because when he only charges $50 for a program for the year, they have to be supported in some other ways. So I'd like for you to support the Shibboleth store. But if you don't want to, for some reason, he says that you should buy the Now brand that you can find on Amazon. And I don't ask questions like, well, why wouldn't you buy this one, Travis? And why wouldn't you buy this one? I don't ask those questions because Travis has been doing this for 20 years. He's going to tell you the best of the best, and my job is just to follow his knowledge. So you can cook your lean protein in one of these oils. Now, see where it says 1 tablespoon? That would be the max that you want to use for 1 serving. I also want to talk about MCT oil because I get a lot of people that say, oh, well, if it's good for me, if it's thermogenic, if it helps me burn calories, all of those things, then I'm just going to take a tablespoon of it. No, don't do that. And also don't make bulletproof coffee with it or anything like that. You're going to use it for a purpose, and that purpose is cooking. Think about this. A tablespoon of this oil still has about 100 calories in it, all right? If you just take it, you're taking all 100 calories. But if you're using it to cook, some of that oil is burning up while you're cooking, so you're not getting all that 100 calories in there. And then the parts that you are getting, they're good for you anyway, and they burn up very, very fast. Also, keep in mind, MCT oil has a very low smoke point, so you are going to want to cook that food on low to medium heat. Otherwise, be warned, you will set off your smoke detector. And that's happened quite a bit because people haven't heard that before they've used it. So I'm hoping that you hear that from me today. Okay, and then he's saying that you can add to a lean protein cooked in oil some condiments if you want to. Now, the condiment rule is this. You can use absolutely anything as a condiment as long as it has 5 grams of sugar or less per serving, 2 grams of fat or less per serving, and you're only going to be using up to 50 calories of it in a meal. So that's your condiment rule. It's easy to remember. The word sugar has 5 letters in it. So you're looking for 5 grams of less or sugar, 2 grams or less of fat, and you're just going to use up to 50 calories of it. So anything can work as a condiment if you apply those rules. So you can add any 0-calorie condiments to these 2 things. So for example, my very first Shibboleth approved meal was a chicken breast cooked in MCT oil, and I added some Herbamare, which is a 0-calorie seasoning. And then you can do up to a 15-calorie or less spices or seasoning, salt and pepper, 15-calorie or less coffee creamers, and then he's got salsa, salsa, reduced sugar ketchup, mustard, hot sauce, fat-free, mayo. And of course, this is just a small little list. You'd have to use the food library and become very familiar with the food library to find out other things. But if you use the condiment rule, you're going to be safe with that. So this right here is a Shibboleth approved meal. Now, I am going to scroll my screen down and we're going to look at this again. So category 1, it's the same as what was listed above. We're going to look over here at the fats. It's the same as what was listed above. These condiments, it's the same as what was listed above. We added in right here a category 2 fibrous carb. Okay, now all of this is still very good for weight loss and efficient fat burning. So your fibrous carbs, you can use a half a cup up to a cup. And then let's read this list and y'all get ready to type. I want you to tell me if you see some things on this list that you like. We've got broccoli, asparagus, squash, okra, griefy, that's funny. That was green and leafy. Green leafy vegetables, spinach, cabbage, cucumbers, bell peppers, hot peppers, cauliflower, kraut, dill pickles. All right, Miss Jennifer sees some things that she likes. Melinda likes all of them. That is fantastic. Melanie likes some. Good job. Awesome. Thank you. So all we're saying right here, we got cucumbers and squash listed, all but the peppers. Awesome. Good. Well, this is what I like for people to do. Make themselves a list of lean proteins. Make themselves a list of fibrous carbs. And then it's just like you're in elementary school. Draw a line. Match this one to this one and this one to this one because you think they would taste great together. Write them on a piece of paper. Keep lists of the food combinations that you personally like. And then as you do this lifestyle for the rest of your life, you are going to add more and more to your list. And you know how we all get in a little habit of eating the same thing for maybe a week or two, and it's like, okay, I need to switch up, and you change up, you do the same thing for about a week or two, and then you have to refresh your menu. If you're always creating meals or combinations that you like, it's easy to do. I'm gonna also point out that on Shibboleth, you can have up to 3 meals a day, no more than 3 meals a day. And then you can have, if you need it, now this is only if you need it. Now in weight loss is best. If you're trying to go fast as possible, then you want to just do 3 meals a day. And you want to get your body used to that. But if you need it, we have things called freebies, 1 extra and 1 snack in a day, okay? I want to point out your category 2 fibrous carbs, as long as they are not cooked in MCT oil. MCT oil works for it to be in a meal, but if you're just wanting to eat it for a freebie, let's say I just have some cut up bell peppers in my fridge and I want to pull those out and eat them as a freebie, I wouldn't want those to be in MCT oil. Y'all understand what I'm talking about with that? Like if you're going to eat some squash as a freebie, you wouldn't want to eat it cooked in MCT oil because you're adding that oil. So that oil is good for a meal, but not if you've piled that onto your fibrous carbs to eat as a freebie. But all of your fibrous carb veggies are good to be used as a freebie if you need to between meals. So my strategy, I strategize everything. So my strategy is this. If you need something between breakfast and lunch, go to a freebie first. Drink your water, chew some gum. Those are the things you want to do to try to get yourself to lunch. And then between lunch and dinner, if you need something else, then go to a freebie again. That way you're never quite getting into the extra, which is less than 100 calories, or a snack that's around 200 calories, but it also has certain nutritional value properties. You might not have to get to those because there's 3,500 calories in a pound of fat, and we're trying to go backwards in those pounds, okay? So if we add a 200 calorie snack, you can see how we're slowing down the process of going backwards by 3,500 calories, okay? So that's why we want to use those freebies first, then possibly an extra. My go-to extra is a cup of Coco Ringa or Bio Coffee. It's about 70 calories. It gives you something to sip on for a period of time, and it can help you get through from one spot to the other without having to do a 200 calorie snack or something like that. So I hope all of that makes sense. Does that combination make sense to everybody? A category 1 lean protein, plus you're adding a category 2 fibrous carb, plus you're adding an MCT oil, hopefully. Think about this coconut oil. Let me talk about that for just a second. The coconut oil is 60% MCT oil. So it's better than cooking with vegetable oil, canola oil, olive oil. But just think, that other 40% is LCTs. So you want to, coconut oil will be your second best choice, but it is allowed. Okay, good, Jennifer, thank you. So we're going to scoot up a little bit here, and we are going to talk about a category 1 lean protein, which we've already gone over, plus hemp heart flakes or hemp heart products. Okay, so hemp hearts are listed there, hemp flakes, very sweet hemp flakes, and hemp protein powder and hemp oil. So if you want any of those things, they can be added to a category 1 lean protein. I hear a lot of people make themselves an egg white omelet with hemp flakes thrown in, or they will put some of those in their cottage cheese, you know, that kind of thing. So you can add hemp heart flakes to your category 1, anything on this list actually. You can add that to your category 1 for a great fat burning meal. Again, we have our cooking oil and our condiments. Let's see, Dory, yes, but can you only eat 2 meals? Now, Dory, you can have 3 meals a day, and you can have freebies and extra and a snack. Now, this is what I have to say about that. Just because that is allowed and lawful, it does not mean that it's expedient, okay? So you are allowed 3 meals a day. So if you chose to do, let's say you choose to do 2 meals and then you want a snack, you could do 2 meals and a snack. That would be fine. Ask more questions if you've got more questions about that, but you can have up to 3 meals a day. The other things that are all allowed, but only in moments of weakness, okay? But it's not necessarily expedient if you're trying to lose weight and get it off of you, okay? So I just want to make sure you're aware of that. Okay, we're going to scroll a little bit more. So right here, now you see how this category in the first column has changed. This is a category 7, shellfish, 2 to 8 ounces. Now, a category 7 shellfish is really a lean protein. It used to be in category 1 because it's a lean protein, but because some people are allergic to it and some people for biblical reasons do not want to eat shellfish and other things like that, Travis separated it off. That way you don't even have to concern yourself with category 7 combinations if you don't want to even look at those. So category 7, actually, let's go back up real quick. See how this was a category 1 by itself? You could do a category 7 by itself as well, okay? And then you can do a category 7 with a fibrous carb. Yeah, Dory, you can do whatever is best for you. So you can have up to 3 meals a day with those other things, and no snacks is best. And even if you feel hungry, try to go to a freebie first and then an extra before you get to the snack. It'll help you lose weight faster and be satisfying. Okay, so let's scroll right down here. So category 7, you can add that with your fibrous carb. He's showing you, this is Travis's thing, I'm just using it. He's showing you that you can put hemp heart flakes with that. So maybe you have some shrimp with some hemp heart flakes kind of sprinkled over them, and it's cooked in MCT oil, and you've got some awesome condiment over here. Okay, so now we're going to come down to this one. This is a category 4, protein plus fat. So if you'll notice, the ounces change just a little bit because there's more calories in there. So it changed just a little bit. Now a protein plus fat it's an excellent protein. It's just got a little bit extra fat in it. So we've got whole eggs, all steak is in this category. Pork ribs, beef ribs. And if you like Hormel turkey spam is on the list. So see, everybody can do this everybody can do this program, from turkey spam to steak. Sorry, it's been cold in my office today, so I had the heater on, so I had to turn it off. Pulled pork, beef brisket, 93% lean up to 95.9% lean ground meat. And but if it's under 93%, you don't want to eat that. Turkey kielbasa, as long as 50% of the calories are from fat or less. 50% or less are from fat. The calories are from fat. So we've got all of those. So there's your category 4s. And that's just a small, tiny list. Look at this. Do you see this plus sign? Look at these plus signs. They had a flame behind them. Now, these are still excellent combinations. It's just that these have a little bit more calories in them, and that's why the flame has been removed, just to give you optimum opportunity to lose as much weight as you want to. Now, during my weight loss journey, which, by the way, I've lost 49.5 pounds, and I didn't even know I had 49.5 pounds to lose. I wanted to lose 35.5 pounds. I did that in 3 months, and I've lost the rest of it in maintenance, taking my holidays too. Now, my holidays are more like hollow meals. I don't hog trough it. So anyway, I did category 4s and 2s quite a bit in weight loss as well. So, but we're just showing you that it's not necessarily the absolute best. Okay, and then all you do is add a number 2 to it. So let's say we want to do some, a turkey, you could do a turkey, ground turkey patty or a beef patty, some type of hamburger patty, and you're gonna have some green beans next to it. You could do green beans. They're not on the list, but you can do them. Anything like that, broccoli, asparagus. So you're gonna have some steak. Ooh, and just think about this. When you're at a restaurant, all meat must be considered a category 4. Even if at home it would be considered a 1, it has to be considered a category 4 in a restaurant, because you want to be able to keep yourself safe and not bring the fat bus. The fat bus is insulin, because insulin is doing its job when it comes into your body, but it's picking up fat and storing it, because insulin is it's a growth hormone and it's a fat storage hormone. So when we're eating protein plus a little fat, you don't want to have any category 3s or 5s or 6s. The 3s are an energy carb, 5s are fruit, and 6 is superfood. You don't want to eat any of those with a 4. But we're showing you here to keep it simple in your first 7 to 10 days is that you combine it with a 2, and then there's some condiments listed there. Now we are looking at some superfood. Now, a superfood has all the macronutrients in it. It's got fat, it's got carbs, it's got protein, and it's got water, all the macronutrients in it. So we're just showing you here that you can have pintos, 1 cup up to 1.5 cups, black beans, same amount, red beans, soybeans, peanut butter, 2 tablespoons, nuts, 2 handfuls, seeds, 2 handfuls, if you wanted that to have as a meal, okay? Those things change if you want to eat them as a snack, and you would just need to look up the amounts in the food library to become familiar with that. And he's just saying here that you can add these same condiments to them and make them all yummy and eat it up. We're going to scroll up here, and you've got your same list of superfoods, and you can add a category 2 fibrous carb to it. Then we have our condiments listed there. Okay, and here we're back to this fat burning flame. I scrolled back up to the top and showed you that one at the top, but here it is as a 7. And here's the category 7 with the fibrous carb, your cooking oil, and your condiments. Okay, so now this is what I stayed away from in weight loss, and I really don't even do much of it now. But category 1, lean protein, we've already gone over that list. Category 2, fibrous carb, we've already gone over that list, and we've gone over the condiments here. But look right here. Do you notice in this list right here, there's no MCT oil, right? There's no MCT oil because even though it burns up very quickly, it's still a fat. You never want to have any fat going around with a category 3 energy carb, or as he's calling it here, complex carb. So let's look at this list. All potatoes are in this list. Oatmeal, weight control oatmeal, long grain brown rice, quinoa, lima beans, peas, tomato, onion, carrots, whole wheat pasta, whole grain pasta. Now just make sure that it's not just any whole grain pasta or any whole wheat pasta or any Well, this weight control oatmeal is the Quaker. So basically with these two down here, you want to make sure that it's an approved version of it, okay? And you can have a quarter cup up to half a cup. Half a cup's really best in maintenance, okay? But this is the way I think about these. Let's say that you really, really, really want a potato, okay? And the potato needs to be a small potato, not the size of your hand potato that they're selling in the stores these days. So do a small potato, but in your mind, you have to say, okay, I want a category 3 tonight. Okay. Then if you're going to eat a category 3, you must pair it with a category 1 lean protein and a category 2 fibrous carbs. Has to be paired together, because what's happening is this category 3 is bringing an insulin release. So when that brings an insulin release, you are letting the category 1 and the category 2 fibrous carb negate the insulin effect. They negate the insulin effect of this category 3. And that right there is what keeps you in EFB, efficient fat burning, so that you can burn fat. So do you see how in the past we might have eaten, well, a lot of people do it, steak and a baked potato at the steakhouse. That right there is bringing the fat bus. If you go to a steakhouse, or you can order a steak, but do a side salad with it or one of these category 2 fibrous carbs. But if you're going to have a category 3, this is the hard and fast rule, okay? If you're going to eat a category 3, it must be eaten with a category 1 and category 2, because the protein in the category 1 and the fiber in the category 2 negate the insulin that is coming from the category 3. So honestly, we're letting insulin's like a medicine that God designed for our body. We're actually letting the category 1 and category 2 foods be that medicine. So that's a good thing. We're going to scroll up a little bit more. We've got our list again of category 1 lean proteins, category 2 fibrous carbs. We've got our condiments over here on the far right, but look right here, berries. I mean, not berries, fruit. And sometimes you may see AC, antioxidant carb, listed as a fruit, okay? So if you see AC, that stands for antioxidant carb. You can have berries up to 1 cup, apples, 1 medium or small apple. If it's a large apple, cut it in half. Oranges, 1 medium or small. Grapefruit, half of a large one. Plums, 3 medium plums. A cup of grapes, a half a banana. Peaches, pineapple, kiwi. Okay, now just to let you know, berries are low glycemic, so they're better for you, but pineapple and some other ones are, I don't know which ones they are, but anyway, they're really high in sugar. So there's kind of a hierarchy if you wanted to figure that out, but I really wouldn't worry about it. I would just make sure that if I'm going to eat a category 5 fruit, that you must eat it with a category 1 and a 2. That's a must, all right? So there's a few musts that we went over right there. If you're going to eat a category 3 or 5, it must be eaten with a 1 and a 2. And then if you're going to eat a category 4, let's go back up to the 4. You're going to eat that category 4, the protein plus fat. You can eat it by itself if you wanted to. When I go to a lot of luncheons, the meat's there and it's category 4. And if they don't have anything else I can eat it with, I just eat that meat. You can eat it by itself. But whatever you do, do not pair or combine a category 4 with a 3, your energy carbs, your fruit, your category 5, or your 6, your superfood. Don't pair it with that and you'll be good. Let's go back down here and now let's look at something else. That was good. Just peeking. Okay. So category 2 breads. This is a hallelujah moment, okay? There are over 60 approved breads in the category 2 fibrous carb category. And you'll just have to look at the category list in the food library and figure out which ones you like. If it were me, I would write down what I'm eating now and then go look up in the list what you should switch your brand to. Because that's one of the perks of having your Shibboleth membership, is that you can go to the food library anytime you need to and figure out what exact brand you should do. And you know what? Sometimes food manufacturers change their ingredients. We keep up with that, and we will change those if we need to keep you out of bringing the fat bus. But let's look at this right here. Category 2 breads. Now, less is best, obviously, on a bread, okay? But they're doable. And what's happening with these category 2 breads is that these breads are breaking down in your body more like a green bean would than a bread would. So just find some of tortillas or breads that are Thomas Light English 100 calorie muffin things that if you like. So find the ones that you like and use them, okay? And they can be used as a category 2. And by the way, if you're making a meal, you can have more than one category 2 and on the plate. And so like a category 2, let's say that you put some bread, let's say you put some lettuce, and then you put some category 1 deli meat. So you had 2 2s, a 1, and maybe you put some condiment on there. So you can have more than one of a category of the 2s and the 1s and things like that. So just as long as it still fits under your hand and you are portion controlling that. Okay, approved sweeteners: stevia, Splenda, monk fruit, xylitol. So here's the thing, Travis is not promoting that you use artificial sweeteners, but if you want to use it, use it. It's fine. So it's not going to hurt you. But these others might be better, but you do what you got to do, as long as it is 0 calorie. And then approved beverages. Well, we all know, if you've been doing the program at all, that you need at least 64 ounces of water in a day to make sure that you are getting enough water in. Not 60 ounces would not be a perfect day. At least 64 ounces, but your goal is a gallon. I'm trying to finish my gallon right now. Sometimes I get late at night and I have to get it all in, but then I go to the bathroom all night long. I do. So you might want to try to get that gallon in way early in the morning. But you can have any 0 calorie beverage, unsweet or approved tea, and you can have coffee, but only with approved sweeteners. And there is a link in the food library that says how to find a coffee creamer. So just click on coffee creamers there. What I think it's best, I don't drink coffee unless it's bio coffee, and I just tried that this year. But what I think is a good idea is to use the ready-to-drink protein shakes as my coffee creamer if I was going to drink coffee. You just pour in enough, put the lid back on, put it back in the fridge, and you've added protein and flavor to your coffee. So that might be what I would use for my coffee creamer. And then here are some cheeses right here. These are condiments. And I mean, we're supposed to only use a condiment up to 50 calories, so maybe somebody typed that wrong. I'm going to have a look at that. But you can use fat-free cheeses. I love the Borden fat-free cheese. I don't really like the others, Kraft fat-free cheese, but that Borden tastes good. You can't really tell. And then the Cabot extra light cheese, it's a block cheese. It's so good. I find it at Ingles. Oh, good, Melanie. I'm glad you do that. That's awesome. It's a good idea. So there's some cheese choices there. And so you just have to figure out which one you like. I know that Travis really promotes this Lifetime fat-free cheese. And I looked it up one time. You have to order it online. It looked interesting, but I didn't order it. I just get mine from the grocery store. And then we have some lean protein milk, 8 up to 16 ounces. Fat-free Fairlife milk and Kroger Carb Master milk are really your best choices. And the Kroger Carb Master milk, you can get regular, vanilla, chocolate. They're all good. Then we've got some breadings and flours, lightly breaded. You can use coconut flour, Carb Quick flour, Bob's Red Mills TBP almond flour. Now this Carb Quick flour is amazing. It is a category 2. So guess what? Let's say you made yourself some little biscuits or something. Not according to the box recipe. Make the ones from the Shibboleth recipe, okay? The recipe library. But let's say you made yourself some biscuits. They'd be a category 2 biscuit. That would be great. I also like to put, I'll take some chicken and put some MCT oil in the bottom of a 9x13 pan. Toss the chicken in the Carb Quick, put some seasoning in there, cook it 7 minutes on each side at 375, and it is delicious. And that is a category 1 plus 2 plus MCT right there. I put some broccoli next to it, and that gives me another category 2. All fits underneath my hands, and that is a delicious meal. And those chicken saves well. That chicken tastes great the next day too. And so here's some cereals that Travis is saying that you can use in the very beginning. There are more cereal options on the website. And then again, we're back to looking at some condiments. And then look at right here. Woo boy, I like this. Chick-fil-A. All right, I probably eat at Chick-fil-A an unreasonable amount of times in a week, but it's so good. And I lost weight eating at Chick-fil-A because I learned how to eat at Chick-fil-A. So you can have 8 to 12 grilled nuggets, okay? You can have 8 fried nuggets. I am willing to give up 4 nuggets to only have 8 fried nuggets to eat fried. I like my fried nuggets. And so, but with a side salad, okay? So this is the way I order it. I go in and I'll say, I would like to have a number whatever, 8 count, with a side salad instead of fries, and I order their diet lemonade. And it's really, really good. You could do unsweet tea or whatever other 0-calorie beverage you might want from there. The other thing that is approved at Chick-fil-A is the fried filet. So I'll go in and order a number 1. I'll say I want a number 1 with a side salad instead of fries with a diet lemonade. And then I just throw the bun away and I eat that chicken breast. Sometimes I do that because I get tired of eating nuggets, and so the chicken breast is juicy and all that. So that's why I eat that. But you can also do the grilled chicken as well. And then the other thing that's really good at Chick-fil-A is the egg white grill. It's approved. And there's a WOW challenge named after me in the WOW challenge library called Kim's Egg White Grill Challenge. So you can have a look at that. All right, so at a Mexican restaurant, you can have a bowl of chicken soup, no rice. You can have 3 soft chicken tacos. Use your own tortilla. This is called having your survival kit with you. Have your approved dressing with you. Have a tortilla with you. I know a man that's coming to the classes in Cartersville. He carries a tortilla in his pocket everywhere he goes because he said he never knows where he's going to end up. I thought that was funny. But, you know, have the things that you need. It's called a survival kit. McDonald's, you could have a 1/4 pounder on your own bread. Now, what I want to say about eating at a restaurant, make sure that you read in the restaurant guide how to make these things approved. So my family wanted to go to Culver's recently. I don't like Culver's, but they wanted to go. I said, okay, I'll go. They're bringing the fat bus, I can tell you that. But I looked at the restaurant guide and it said to try the pot roast, but not on the bun, and to order with a side salad or green beans. I ordered the green beans instead of French fries, and I found out that their green beans are better than their French fries. I don't like Culver's French fries. And I'm a French fry connoisseur, or I was. Actually, I still am, but I only eat them on holidays. So, and Jicama is really good as French fries now as a void replacement for French fries. So anyway, just make sure that you read what it says, and their pot roast at Culver's was pretty good. Now, one of everybody's favorites is this Wendy's small chili over a side salad. So that's great. So the reason you want to know these things is because when you're out and about and you didn't throw that easy protein bar in your purse or your bag or whatever, your pocket, and you have one of these Chick-fil-A's available or McDonald's or Wendy's, you can stay perfect on Shibboleth, okay? There's no excuses that you cannot stay perfect on Shibboleth. Just pull out the restaurant guide and look at it. So there's Burger King, grilled chicken with side salad, and you can see all those other choices. I'll let you look at those later. Is there any questions? Because I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And so what I'm going to do is, while we're here, it's 8:45. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if you have any questions about the website while I'm here, I absolutely love to show people the website. So let me know if you have any questions about that. Oh, yep, Jennifer, that's a bummer. Yep, just mark it as a holiday and chalk it up to, I learned something today. And Jennifer, y'all commented just to me only that she had an unplanned holiday today, thinking that Wendy's chicken nuggets were approved, but they're not. And then she said she had chili and a salad too. Yep. Yeah, next time just do this. It's the cup of chili. Just do the chili and the salad and you're all good there. But y'all let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, we'll hop off here. But I do highly encourage you to make make your calendar for holidays this month, especially since Thanksgiving is coming up and you've got 6 holidays to use. If you know, oh, I'm going to be out of town from Wednesday to Saturday, Saturday the 30th ends the month, Saturday to 3rd, that's 4 days, okay? So you'd only have 2 other days if you want to use 4 days around Thanksgiving for the rest of the month. And you need to plan that out well, okay, so you don't have a surprise. Let's see, Melanie. Melanie, I don't know how many ounces the Chick-fil-A breast is. I would have to look that up, but are you asking because you'd want to only eat the approved amount? Because I would just eat the whole thing. If it fits in my stomach, it does. So. Okay, now Jennifer, you are probably looking, yeah, Melanie, I don't know, just eat it with that salad and enjoy it. So Melanie, are you on your phone? Not Melanie, Jennifer Nelson, are you on your phone? You're on your iPad. So that's probably what's happening, is that you're on your iPad. I'm going to So yeah, I'm sure that it's the fact you're on your iPad, because I'm looking at this on my computer screen. If y'all want to copy this right here and save it somewhere, I'll actually will post it in just a few minutes in the Fast Track group and the Second Chance group. I'll post this, but there's the link. If you look at it on a computer, it should be more like this. Well, I don't know where everybody lives. I should have asked y'all that in the beginning, but if you are near Kennesaw, Georgia, you can come see me tomorrow at the Kennesaw Business Association's booth. I will be helping with the bake off. I will not be eating any of the food there. And it is called the Taste of Kennesaw, but I won't be eating any of that food either. Tomorrow is going to be a perfect day. I am not attracted by that kind of food at those places anyway, but I will be there. So if you live near Kennesaw, come to that booth and give me a hug. I will be at the Bake Off booth, the Kennesaw Business Association's booth. And thank you so much for spending your Friday night with me. And I appreciate it very much. Let me see, I have a question down here. Okay, so I think this might have been the same question, Jennifer. Did you ask it in the Q&A box as well? Oh, Dory, you're in Florida. Do you live in Florida? Okay, okay. Well, awesome. Florida's a great place to be. Yeah, Jennifer, that's not a problem. I just wasn't paying attention to that Q&A thing. Ooh, Fort Walton Beach. Love to come visit you. That's great. I love the Gulf. I'm a Gulf girl. Yeah, so hopefully, Jennifer, that can work when you click on the link in just a second. That would be fun, Dory. Well, all right, y'all. I'm going to post this video too in case anybody wants to rewatch it. And I hope that y'all have a great weekend and just turn Shibboleth into a lifestyle. You know what I'm going to do real quick? I'm going to tell you my weight loss journey, because I don't know if everybody knows it yet. So this year I got up to ½ a pound for my highest weight. My highest weight ever was 186. I got to 185.5 and I said, girl, you have ½ a pound to turn this baby around. Because you know, if you don't have checks and balances in life, you're just the life's gonna roll away with you. And I was gonna roll down the hill with it. So my friend was posting about something that she was doing on Facebook, and I decided to see what she was doing. And she told me about Shibboleth, and I decided that I would give it a try and just embraced it. In the first week, I lost 9 pounds. First month, 18.5 pounds. 3 months, I got to my goal weight of 150, so I'd lost 35.5 pounds. And then I'm down at 49.5 pounds now. So that's crazy. But just embrace every single bit of it. It is amazing. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.